Hi friends, and thanks for joining me in today's video. I wanted to talk about this new purchase I made. It is a ring that tracks my biometric data, and it has changed my life. I've only been wearing it for a week, but it's made me have some deep realizations as someone who values mindfulness practices and resourcing my nervous system. I recognize that I don't always give myself that. So it's made me step back and take a look at things a little bit deeper. And so this video is going to be a review on the product and how it has already helped me after only wearing it for just a week. If you're curious, I'll talk all about it. This is the product. It's called the RingConn ring, and I will give it a full review. Not sponsored, just inspired me already, so I thought I would share. Okay, so this is the box. It came and you just slide it open, and I bought the gold version. I bought it on Amazon. So it comes with a charger that you put the ring in to charge it and connect it to Bluetooth. And this is where the ring came, and it comes with it's a USB-C and some instruction manuals. So that's essentially everything that comes in the box. The ring itself has these little monitors that you put on, and it hugs your finger, but it's not really disruptive. For some people, you might be a little bit sensitive towards the signals you're putting on your body, and constantly sending data to another device like your phone might seem overwhelming. But the good thing is this ring does have an airplane mode where it doesn't focus on sending the data to your device. Instead, it'll track all that data, store it in the device itself, and it'll give you the option to turn off the airplane mode, which is what I do. So I'll take the ring off, turn off the airplane mode, sit it back in the case so that it sends all that data, and then I'll just review it on my own time so that it's not constantly sending signals off my body. And so I'll protect myself that way. But yeah, so my first impressions using it, for the first day I got it, I was so excited. I opened the box immediately and put it on because I was curious to see what my data would reflect. I have high functioning anxiety. I am constantly always going, and I'm an overachiever. I want to do everything in life, and that puts my stress levels at peaks them sometimes. And for me, I've learned to function that way. And so I handle stress pretty well. But my ring showed me from the first couple of days, and I've been wearing it a week now, it showed me that I was running stress responses all day. And there are levels of tension that you come to live with and recognize as normal. So the ring will actually show you that. I'll include a screenshot here of what that looks like. I feel it in my body every day as I'm living, and I'm also going through a lot of big life changes, but seeing the data has really woken me up and made me want to create change for myself. And so I know that might sound a little bit confusing, right? I had normal levels of stress. Well, what is normal? That is a lot of things. Stress doesn't have to be dramatic. I have been going through a lot of grief. I found out a family member was ill and passed away within a month. I have had lots of troubles within my relationship. I have dealt with grief, losing my best friend. I'm trying to figure out where I'm gonna really ground and maybe transition out of my van life. Those are dramatic things that I have dealt with in the last year. My daily stress isn't just about those things. Like sometimes it's the subtle things, and it's the racing thoughts that I experience when I'm driving to work or when I'm working out or going about my day. It's the tension in my shoulders that I feel that I curl them up and hold without recognizing that. It's the shallowness in my breath. I forget to breathe. Sometimes I hold my breath unintentionally, and that spikes my heart rate because my body is in a fear state, and it's feeling on the edge when there's nothing immediately big going wrong. It's just me, how I've learned to cope. I'm always in the go mode, and even in my downtime, it's really hard to let that go. I was driving home the other day. Like I said, it's been about a week since I've been wearing it, but I was driving home the other day, and I just started teaching at a new yoga studio. The studio hasn't really had too many people showing up, but that day, somebody actually did sign up for the first time to one of my classes. It was my very first class teaching there, And I hadn't fully visited the studio because I thought, from everything I'd been told, things had been really slow and it wasn't really expected for me to have students pop in, but they did. So I left my day job and I had 2 hours to go home, prepare a class, prepare myself. And the amount of stress in those 2-hour blocks was just insane. And, I did the thing. I successfully ran a class. The studio owner and the people in the class, couldn't really tell that I was nervous. Everyone loved the class. It went really great because I have experience in that. But for me, I felt it in those moments. I felt the anxiety. I felt my response to people like my parents. When they asked me a question, I lashed back out. I was very irritated because in my head, I was dealing with so much stress. I felt that, I experienced that. It took for me to reflect back on the actual data of that experience to recognize that this is a bigger problem for myself. And I want to be able to resource myself and help myself through those moments with more ease. You might be thinking this is silly. You might think that it's normal for everybody to have this stress, right? Like there's normal levels of stress and that's okay. But I don't like who I am when I feel like that. And I don't like how it impacts my relationships. It impacts my health. It impacts my mood. I want to feel like I can control my emotions. I want to give them space to be. But just because everyone experiences stress doesn't mean that it's healthy. I don't want to live at a tolerated baseline. I want to live at a peaceful baseline. When I'm stressed, my nervous system doesn't go into overdrive trying to fill in the blanks with fear-based thoughts that cause me to spiral. I just want a peaceful life. I want to be more connected to God and trusting in the things I can't control. I know it's kind of silly to say that it took for me to see the data on my app to get that far, but it's what I need. So for those of you who don't know, I'm also a somatic practitioner. That means I help people and myself tune into their body in order to experience embodiment and release big moments of fear, tension, trauma, and self-soothe through those processes. In somatic practices, we want to resource our nervous system. That means helping us move from that fight or flight mode or freeze mode and return to that baseline. In terms of the stress monitor, baseline would be that relaxed level or that hopefully lower normal range of stress. I hope I'm lower, but I'm going to go on this journey to explore keeping myself regulated. And these are some of the things I'll try. So I'll be trying lots of things, and this is who I want to be. This is what I try to help other people find through somatics. So it's kind of silly to say that I haven't been doing this for myself recently, but practices like breath work. I'm going to practice taking a pause and taking deep breaths. I'm going to practice more gentle movements, more somatic movements. I'll probably be dancing a lot more. Actually, I was really stressed this week and I went to the gym. The gym wasn't doing it for me, so I started dancing and my heartbeat got so elevated that was the first night I was able to actually drop into a deep REM sleep for an appropriate amount of time because my body just moved all of that energy. So I'll be doing some more somatic movements like that, like dancing, and then encouraging myself to take breaks. I will be using the Ring to get more feedback for myself. I'm going to try this for a period of a month so I have enough data and just see how it goes. I'm not trying to be perfect. I'm not trying to be stressless because I know things come up and that's natural, but I'm trying to get myself to be more relaxed. My system lives in overdrive. I'm constantly exhausted, and as a person who is highly functional this way, I want to relax. I really want to relax. I want to feel more lighthearted. I want to feel more joy. I want to feel more easy love and easy light. I don't want to feel tension around those people that I love the most. And yeah, I just want a calmer baseline. My product review, more of a rant for anyone willing to listen, but if you are interested in getting a back data tracking ring, I totally recommend it. I love looking at the data myself. I'm like a very visual person. I love looking at the numbers of how many hours I sleep, and it's one thing to experience it every day, but recognizing how much it impacts your overall health gives you more to think about. It gives you more things to be mindful about, and having the data can really be eye-opening. And that is all I have for you today. If you have any recommended nervous system regulating practices, let me know. I love to expand my toolkit as much as possible. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.